is up, guys? DT Ninja back here with another video. This is a special video on some pickups that I recently got. Actually, they're gifts from a close friend of mine. And yes, shout out to Charles Beech for these awesome Naruto pickups because wow, these are a great addition to my collection. And one of them is super rare, so I wanted to share these with you guys. And obviously, if you guys can see, I have Naruto and Hinata here in the front. But anyways, let's start with the super rare because, as we all know, Naruto ended in 2004, November 6th. Anyways, the final volume I got a long time ago, but 2 years ago, Kishimoto came to New York in America, and he released a special exclusive edition of the final volume. Well, these apparently don't exist anymore, and they're very rare to find. Well, my friend went out of his way and saved me a copy and gave it to me as a gift. And he said, yo, this will be great for your collection. You know, here you go. So I wanted to share this with you guys because it's really awesome. So this is what the cover looks like, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Really awesome. Really cool cover there. Naruto's faces. Yo, that's epic. And then you can see the 72 there in the corner with Kishimoto's, printed signature there. But yeah, really cool, really cool. And in the back, you got his human, scans. And then you got right there, exclusive NYCC edition. So really neat, really neat. I'm really glad he gave this to me because it's really special and I wanted to show you guys. So really neat. So let's look at some of the scans inside because there are some really memorable scenes. For example, when Sasuke, says, I'm going to put everyone into the Infinite Tsukuyomi, or the Kages, the 5 Kages, into the Infinite Tsukuyomi, or he's going to kill them inside of the Infinite Tsukuyomi. Really cool scan. A couple others, like when they are clashing at the very end. Really neat. See if I can find that one. Here's the one with him and Kurama clashing. And then, let's see. Ah, yeah, here we go. Here's the final clash. Yeah, the final clash here. And as if you guys can see, it's much bigger than the Japanese version. Some of you might collect the English versions, but I collect the Japanese versions, and they're much smaller, much smaller. So, for example, this is the size of the Japanese version. You can see, in comparison, it's much smaller. You can see just by looking at them, much smaller, and obviously more space, which is why it's probably, costs more. But anyways, some cool scans in here. Some other scans. Kishimoto's favorite scan is this one. He stated in an interview that drawing Naruto and Sasuke with their arms, with their arms here cut off, but the blood rushing down and showing their hands are actually connected through blood, as if they're brothers. And we all know they are brothers, even though not by blood. But Kishimoto is illustrating this here. So really neat to see. And as you can see, the English version here. So really cool. Another great one. And you cannot find this one in the online edition because Kishimoto changed. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but Kishimoto changed the final version for the volume. He added a couple scans, but if you look closely on the online version, it's only him and his face. His face is here, and I believe it's smaller. It's not as big as this. So as you can see everything. You can see his full face. both of their full faces here, and then you can see the hands finally connecting to break the infinite Tsukuyomi. But in the online edition, if you go look at it now, it's different. It's slightly different. They changed it, so it looks really much better in the volume edition. They also added a scan of Hinata, an extra one. Another great one is when he does this, remembering, you know, what Itachi has, you know, shown him, the love that Itachi gave him. Basically, he says, maybe next time to Sakura, and thank you. Right, this scene. Really neat. And then, of course, the handing over of the, you know, when he finally realizes what it means to be a ninja, and he gets his headband back. Really neat. And then, obviously, the final chapter, you know, you got Himawari and Hinata. Now I have 3 editions of that. I have this in English and Japanese. I also have it in color in Japanese. So yeah, I have this one. But really neat because obviously you got Hokage, Naruto, and Boruto there. And one of my favorite scenes where he tells him, you know, you're a ninja too, when he has the talk on the Hokage mountain, which, by the way, is very, very important, because if you remember Boruto at the beginning of the manga, he's standing on that mountain and his father's face is basically destroyed. So in a way, he was right there all those years ago. So really symbolic and really neat. And then, of course, Sarada and Sakura here. And obviously Sasuke. And the very final part where Naruto finally shows up at the Hokage summit. Now, the special thing about this book is that it has an interview, a special interview. Now, this is not just some interview. This is an interview with the director of Spider-Man, the Incredible Spider-Man. Now, it's like I said, it's not just some, and it's actually not just director. It sounds like it's creator also, because you can see it right here. It's actually in the illustration, the final illustration one, and it's much bigger. But it's all in Japanese in this one. Now, you can also find it in English. But this is the interview that's inside. Now, I'm showing you this through my illustration guide because it's much bigger. So you can see a little bit of what they're talking about. And there's the guy who is responsible for the Amazing Spider-Man. He talks about it. Now, they put this interview in the exclusive edition. It's at the very back. So I'm going to read an excerpt of it, just an excerpt. So basically what it says, before the interview, we had a Kishimoto-sensei watch The Amazing Spider-Man 2's first 35 minutes and asked for his impressions of the movie, which Mr. Arad produced. So this is something that Kishimoto said. Instead of using words to explain, you use actual visuals to explain. Show, not tell, is probably the best way to describe this movie so far. I suppose this is something that can only be expressed in a movie. Now, Mr. Arad says Peter and Harry's relationship in Spider-Man is very close to that of Naruto and Sasuke's. So you can start to see both of them are trying to connect each other's stories together, and Kishimoto definitely states this as well. So this is the very interesting. We would like to ask what you think about Naruto, Mr. Arad. What is your impression of Naruto? I think that Naruto is very similar to Spider-Man, X-Men, and other American superheroes. Heroes all have power that normally people do not have. They understand they're slightly different from others, and the people around them will fear them for their differences. People are naturally different, but heroes are at times rejected or admired due to their powers. They all have a sense of loneliness within them and have difficulty making friends as kids. Spider-Man has been going on for 50 years, and Harry is the only person Peter can call a friend. When I read Naruto, I thought, hey, that's me. So you can already start to see the two creators trying to connect their stories, and I thought that was very interesting. But if you guys want to read that interview in detail, it is in the NYCC edition, or if you have the illustration book, the final illustration book, it's at the very back. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So the first thing is Itachi's novel. Okay, you guys remember I did a whole thing on Itachi's novel, the Japanese novel. Well, my friend, he got me the English Viz edition, so I can read it in English as well. Because I spent hours and hours translating the entire novels so that others could read. And here he gets me the Viz edition, or he gives me the Viz edition, so I have both of them. So here's, I'm currently reading The Darkest Night because I'm really interested, how the Viz edition, plays out. But now I have the full versions. I have Japanese and English of Itachi's novel. Now, it's not just Itachi's novel. It's also Sasuke's novel. He gave me Sasuke as well. So I've got a lot of information here that I want to share with you guys. Now that I've got the English versions, I can definitely go more in depth and give you guys some discussions. Specifically, my next Naruto discussion will be Itachi, I believe, where he got his illness. Okay, so in the novel it explains that he was severely injured, and it was never really stated why or how he got so sick. When later on it is explained that Toby or Obito tells Sasuke that your brother prolonged his life by using all these medicines. And why does he have the illness in the first place? Well, I'm going to go in depth and, show you why I think that's possible and what actually happened. So that is going to be using this novel, obviously Midnight in English or Darkest Night in Japanese. So really cool. Also, I want to do a discussion on Sasuke's novel because I haven't been able to do it yet. But definitely look out for those. I hope you guys enjoyed my new pickups. Like I said, there'll be more discussions to come soon. I'm also going to be doing some Boruto discussions, but stay patient. I'm trying my hardest to get back into it, but I've been out of the game for a while. So one at a time. I'm going to take it one at a time. I did read the latest Boruto chapter, but I didn't do a live reaction. But I wanted to share with you guys my latest volume I picked up. So I picked up volume 3 of Boruto. That's what it looks like. So I probably will be doing a discussion on Boruto as well. Maybe anime and manga combined. I'm not sure yet, but definitely going to be doing some more discussions, one at a time, obviously, but definitely look for those. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And another thing, I will be doing a collections video soon, probably before the discussions. So look for that as well. A lot of things to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.